Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I have a Master Duel video. So I made it to the highest rank you can get to, the Platinum Tier 1, and I'm just going to show off what decks I played to get there. So I have a few decks built. I want to build more, like a starting deck, the Link Generation deck, like those just aren't real decks. This is also a Lunalight deck that I was starting to work on, and I just have no idea where I want to go with this deck, so I just kind of like gave up on it for the time being. So I haven't played that deck yet, but this was the deck I was playing at first. I was just playing Virtual World. I don't think the deck is like that bad. The problem is that just like every time I lost with it is just because I drew not good at all, and like that's just the problem with Virtual World. You brick. Like I was playing 3 Prosperity, 3 Desires at one point. But you really can't afford to play that many consistency cards because there's VFD, there's a lot of Drytron, there's a lot of just Eldlish decks too. There's a lot of Eldlish decks. Prank Kids too. Skill Drain is in like everybody's main deck, like Virtual World's main deck in Skill Drain, Prank Kid is main deck in Skill Drain, Eldlish is main deck in Skill Drain, and then you have like Drytron. And there's also just no side decking, so you have to like deal with this stuff game 1. So then after playing the Lulu Uwu deck, I went ahead and switched over to Dragon Link. I was playing Dragon Link for a little while. I don't know how I feel about this build. I only played it for a little bit. Also, the deck was kind of bugging out. Like I had a lot of bugs with the deck, so I kind of stopped playing it because like I don't know what it is about the deck, but it was just bugging. Like I would like normal summon Seyfried, effect, and I would get rid of like a chamber from hand, and then the game would be like, no, you're not sending 4 stars, you're sending 8, and you have to send Seyfried, and I'm just sitting there like, no, like don't make me. And I would like send add levy past turn instead of just like full comboing, because it just, I don't know, it was bugging, but hopefully like just like that gets fixed or something. But this deck's cool. The cool thing about it, you got like Carrier, Equip Buster, like the old combos. So like all you gotta do is just end with Savage with Buster Equip to it. You don't even need Seal. So if you get hand trapped, you kind of just like Buster Savage pass, and that's just game. And then like the deck can still play like a solid amount of going second cards, like 3 Veiler, 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, 3 Nib. It's not bad, and you know, especially for like more of like a combo deck. And also, I wanted to start putting more of these in, but I was doing like the math on the deck, and with the amount of extenders I'm playing right now, not including like black, I have like an 80% chance of seeing one, which is pretty solid. That's without counting abs, by the way, just because I figured this one was like a little bit too situational of an extender to count it in that ratio. But here's this deck list. I want to work on this a little bit more. The deck's kind of cool. And then the deck I've been playing recently, which is just Prank Kids, because I got sick of losing the skill drain. Like, there's just nothing you can do about it. There is nothing you can do about it. If you're playing, like, Virtual World, which has Chuchi, like, guess what? They skill drain you. They have Conquistador set up. You can never out it. I was able to beat it, like, once, and it was so hard, and it required my opponent messing up, and they did, and that's all it took. It was actually kind of crazy. I did like city gang attacks, that way I could try beating over the Golden Lord, and then like Ash Scarlet, they Conquistadored. I was able to pop Skill Drain, and then main phase 2 just pop off. And I was able to like Vermilion the rest of the back row, and then like VFD. But yeah, here's the deck I've been playing. I switched over to like 12 Prank Kids in the main deck. I was playing 11, like 2 Roxys and then 3 Field Spell. Also was playing Terraforming at once, but I ended up cutting that. Also found that Droll and Lockbird is getting a little bit more popular. I guess it's because like Drytron. Drytron's like a really popular matchup because they have Ben 10 at 3. But so like explaining some of the ratios, like you know 3 Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom. I know it's gonna be weird. 2 Nib, 3 Imperm. So I wanted to have hand traps, and I especially wanted to have hand traps that Max C could draw into. Otherwise, something like Virtual World could still just like VFD you and you just lose. So I kind of want more hand traps, but I haven't been seeing a lot of Virtual World. Also, this deck kind of just folds the Virtual World anyways. If you Max C them and they just Senshin Shuchi pass, like, you have to like Poly or like Fusion Spell to like try to get out of that. And even then, like, it's really, really, really hard. Where I have to like draw Imperm. But I was main decking Skill Drain just because this card's so good in this format without side decking. Like, I know it's like a pretty hard going first card, but if you just like somewhat hand trap them and then Skill Drain, you're put in a crazy situation. I also wanted to play 3 talents, but I only have 1 right now. But I kind of like Desires. I don't know if I want to end up cutting this. Also, look at this Collector Desires. It's kind of crazy. And then 2 Nib just because I wanted to have like better hand trap ratios. Otherwise, like, you could end up like cutting Nib for talents. But I don't think this deck's bad. Also, like, I play like the 2 Called By because like Ash Blossom's insane versus this deck. I don't like 3 Poly. Not even like in like regular Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know what it is, but once you start playing like 3 Poly, like it hates you so much. And then in this, especially Max C being a thing, like, you don't want to Poly and then them chain Max C because you were just so far behind at that point. If you commit, you just lose because your opponent has like 13 cards in the end. They're gonna break your end board because your end board's not that good. It'll be like a Toad and a double Raigeki when they have 13 cards, so like 13-ish. But also I was playing the Link Spider even though there's no Anaconda just to be able to link up in the access code. I cut the Anaconda. Ended up putting like the Toad in. You don't have to play 3 Doodle, but I decided to play 3 Doodle. I think like Unicorn access code are really good, and then the RIP is insane because people are on Eldlish, and you just like go first, play the game, do like the Weather Washer stuff, and then like on their turn, and then when it comes back to your turn, you just have like a full board. And you could just like summon RIP, force them to have a Solemn card, and then, or they end up like flipping like Gozen or Warlords during standby phase, but that's a whole different thing. But you could summon RIP, force them to have a Solemn card. If they Solemn it, cool, you get to add something back from graveyard, and you just keep playing. You like totally awesome them after that. But yeah, RIP has definitely been putting in work. This card's crazy. And yeah, those are really just the decks I've been playing. I want to build more decks just because like this is like it's kind of like an alternative format, but I also don't want to put too much time into this format because like I'm hoping that they update it and we actually have like real Yu-Gi-Oh on here. I want to play Sword Soul on here. I'm not gonna lie, cause like, I don't know. That's just like what I'm trying to do in like regular Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Even though I don't think Sword Soul is the best deck, I still think Bird's the best deck. But I just want to play Sword Soul. I just want to switch it up, especially like before a ban list comes. Also, the deck look was so weird with all these 2-ofs, but it's just like kind of how it works because like I just want skill drain in the deck. Otherwise, like the deck list would look a lot different. Like in regular Yu-Gi-Oh, there's no way I'd be playing this hard of a going first card in my deck list. But hey, on this, thumbs up. It's been working. It's been working well. And also another theory was like if I normal summon a Prank Kid and they Ash Blossom, like if this was Talents, I'd be able to go ahead and like Talents Draw or Talents Rip Pass. But I could just like set Skill Drain, and then Skill Drain's insane, and next turn I just summon a Prank Kid and like combo anyways, which is like still pretty good. But that is it for this. It's kind of a weird video. I just want to go over what I was playing. I saw a lot of other people making more Master Duel content. I don't know how much more of this I'm really going to be making, just because there's not that much content on here for what I try doing, like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! And obviously this is like random ban list 101, with Vanity's Emptiness and Spirals in the game, and Skill Drain's at 3, and Meow is at 3. Like it's kind of a whack format. But again, hopefully they update it. And then I'll be able to go ahead and make more content on here maybe. If they fix replays, that would help out a lot. And also like how the field looks. The field just still looks really bad. But with all of that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.